Oh, that was fucking gross. I'm sorry, guys.
Groovy, baby.
Oh my.
Huh? We're over here tapping in with KWJT, Puget Sound from space. I'm over here with Corey. You're tapping in with Tavares and sliding with Solana.
Man, I want to go.
I don't know if y'all see it on the other side of that motherfucking camera, but you see us too over here, real fresh to death.
Come on.
You know the vibes. You already know what's going on. We got episode Big 5-1 today. You feel me? Welcome back to another week of the Groovy Tapes. We want to shout out everybody who's been tapping in with our most recent podcasts and our most recent work. We really appreciate you guys at home. Thank you so much for continuing to tap that button. If you and your mama ain't subscribed, y'all some hoes. Yeah. So without a further ado, before I get into that, thank you, Tranquil Force. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We've been going strong. Every week, y'all been whooping my ass. Hopefully y'all don't whoop my ass today. So without a further ado, let me introduce the new friends. We got Collin and Baka up in the motherfucking building, so give them a round of applause.
Come on. Very,
What's good?
very excited about this one.
Thank you, Kings. First of all, these guys call us kings every time we talk to them, and it's probably the most wholesome and sincere thing that I ever be hearing out in the public. So I just want to thank you guys and express my love. You guys are amazing. Welcome to the show.
Love you too, bro.
Welcome. How are you guys doing
Glad
today?
to be here. We're just fucking excited to talk to you guys.
This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, we're really just,
Gotta cover
taking
my
everything
nips.
day by day and shit, and this is a really good bonus for us, so.
Yes, welcome. Before Corey rocks it out,
Ooh, 'cause you know I got questions.
can we talk about what me and Corey got on? You guys came through to the studio and blessed us.
Come on.
I'm going to let Baka talk about this because these specific pieces was his work. I do some other stuff for Slucured, but these ones specifically were hand done by him, so I'm going to let him talk about it.
Well, as you can see on Corey, we have the Distress Faded sample. We haven't dropped these yet. No one has any of these.
Come
As
on.
you can see on Tavares, we have technically it's a 3-tone, but it looks like a 2-tone.
Ooh.
It's the blue, purple, and orange. The orange looks red.
Ooh.
You gotta
very samples.
Damn.
You gotta tell him about the process of what all that went through.
Oh yeah, so first I dyed it blue. I only dyed half of it blue because I was planning on doing a half and half.
Okay.
And then I dyed the other half of it orange because orange is my favorite color. And then it came out all right, but I didn't put enough dye into it. So when I washed it, it didn't come out the way I wanted to. So I went back over it and I ran the purple through it. Cause I was like, fuck it, purple can't lose. And the purple completely changed the color of the blue, completely changed the color of the orange. So now the orange and the blue look like more like they make the color in the middle than anything.
Yeah.
Which I think was a nice little process. And as you can see, like throughout like the blue and the orange, there's all these like purple like little waves and marks and shit.
Like
that's
lightning.
because that was like the final dye. So like that's like the most dominant dye.
That's fucking amazing.
Shit.
Come on.
No.
Come on. Yeah.
Bring that motherfucker
Come
off.
on. I fucking read your mind. Because the way,
Tavares is in his bag right now. I'm gonna
bro,
just say it.
every week he like it's like he's learning how to go Super Saiyan on every episode. So by the end, like
Time chamber really.
yeah, exactly.
No one has stepped this hard on the Groovy Tapes. I want everybody at home to know that Collin and Baka came through fucking right.
Come on.
Just like
Who-
earlier. The King
Who
thing,
else came through?
King, Big Bro, gifts, shit like that. That's just kind of regular for us, just because like we just like to show the love that we receive.
Yeah, if you think that's a joke, you're a fucking lame. Like we really
Yeah.
like Baka said this before. I definitely can attest to this. Why wouldn't you want to make someone feel good Just like
Yeah, if
be
you
a
can
nice
pick
person.
somebody up and you don't take that chance, you're fucking lame.
Facts.
Like be
I
calling
don't know
people
why
little
everybody's
bro
cool.
and like come on, bro. Like how fucking old are you, dog?
Come on.
I was like, do you even respect me at that point? Respectfully.
Exactly.
That's how I feel, bro.
No,
I love that sentiment. Yeah, I love because I've known you guys through the internet for about like 6-7 months, but I'm very excited when me and you first met, Collin. It like
Talk to him.
it one was the best experience meeting someone off the internet, just based off like Collin is the same way when he DMs you, when he meets you in person. That shit's not a facade. He's not talking to you because you got something or you're doing something. He's a genuine person that he sees you working hard and he's just highlighting that. And I appreciate that as someone else who does that, because a lot of people here do it for like capital gain and do it for, oh, bro, if I get close to this person, this will lead to this or this will lead to that.
Yeah, it's fucking lame.
And I love your genuine energy and how we literally met and talked for an hour and a half at an event. We were at the Glen show and missed the opening.
Shout out to Glenn. Shout out to Enum Club.
Come on.
My boys and shit. I love all those guys.
Come on, shout out to the squad.
Yeah, this is
all the boys. You feel me?
Glenn, Chris. We all love you guys. You know,
all the homies and shit that were there. You guys.
Shout out to the fucking gang. Yeah.
That was tight. That was a good night.
That was a great night because like I got to meet a genuine ass homie, and we got to fucking turn up at the Glen show.
And you got to see me with one of my homies from up north.
Oh yeah,
Olivier.
Come on.
Like my childhood like neighbor, bro. Like lived in my neighborhood.
Olivier is a
rare.
goat.
He doesn't even come down to Tacoma. Like so, it's like for you to even meet me on that type of night.
That was a special one.
It's the same type of shit. Like when I'm with one of Baka's homies and they pull up from Portland or. It's just crazy. For us, at least, it's crazy to see those type of people in those areas and shit, really tapping in. So
I wanted to, before we talk about what we're currently doing and how amazing you guys are going on so many fronts in the physical pieces realm, let's talk about where it began. Like, what was those first things you guys started collecting and just like acquiring before you really knew you were a collector, just things that you were just like became meaningful?
Should we do this like one person at a time?
I mean,
'cause we have both separate stories.
Yeah, I'll take them.
We got time, brother.
Yeah. There's
Please
no clock.
Tell that story.
I want Baka to get his shit off, so I'm gonna let him start this off.
Come on.
Come here, Baka.
Come on.
Come here. Let us know. Let us know. You heard Collin.
Slu Baka, SLUBAKA.
Come on.
Don't ever forget the Slu.
Come on. Fucking come on.
We're talking about collecting things, so I gotta show off this plushie real quick because I've been collecting plushies since I was a little kid. I never thought I was too cool to have a plushie on me, so I keep one on me. You feel me? And then for clothes, it started off with shoes. I was just like a young sneakerhead. Like my mom always bought me like older Jordans just because they were cheaper. And then like by the time I was in like 6th grade, I found Nike Talk and all the other forums.
Oh shit!
I started like really realizing the kicks I had were like rare and shit. I was low key mad at my mom at first when she was buying me them. I was like, "Yo, like I know these the old Johns. Jordan don't even use his box no more."
What do you mean you got me the face box?
Exactly. Like, give me some 99 fours. I'm like, "Ma, like
what are we doing?
What the fuck is these?" None of the homies is gonna have these and shit. Concerned about looking like other niggas and shit. My mom was always trying to lead me in the right way. Bless her heart.
Come on.
But yeah, from the shoes, it immediately went into like just streetwear, of course. My first streetwear brand I collected was probably like, well, it's more of a skateboard brand than a streetwear brand. Is Girl Skateboards.
Ooh.
Because Girl's my favorite skateboard team.
Yeah.
So I started off with that. Then I progressively just started buying like Cream and Bape and Cream and all the other like smaller shit. Then I really want to talk about my dive into vintage.
Ooh, please do.
I started picking, I want to say in 2009, so like the 9th grade for me.
Oh, OG.
And
OG.
then, like I've really liked clothes. Like I can say I liked clothes before that, but when I really started picking vintage and started like learning like reference points, when models of clothes came out, it's when silhouettes were popular and all that other jazz. Like, that's when I super got into shit like that. And I'm wearing an Eva shirt right now.
Come on.
This is probably one of my favorite tees. Shout out Otaku Bell Vintage, aka Garrett, the big bro.
Shout out Garrett. We love you.
That's just incredible.
Garrett was one of the vendors at VCR, the,
Yes.
first and second one.
Big weeb talk,
Oh, yeah.
This is a.
Tap in with that anime if you haven't already.
I have no idea. So someone's got to break this shirt down to me as far as like.
It's like some 90s.
Let 'em know.
It's a mid-90s mecha anime.
Yep.
Ooh.
And mecha just means like giant robot, like Gundam and shit like that.
Okay, we vibing.
But it's just like more of like a psychological war one. And like,
Ooh.
don't get me wrong, Gundam's definitely a psychological war anime too. But this is like more in depth of like human emotions, mentalities, and like
Ooh.
mental health and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like really current for like the top topics of nowadays. Definitely go back and rewatch it if you're going through any of that shit. The last movie just came out recently, which is super cool. It's like Eva is like over now.
Mm.
It's made by Studio Gainax, one of my favorite studios. They changed their name to Studio Trigger now. They've done like Gurren Lagann, other popular shit. They've done Fooly Cooly, My Little Witch Academia, all bangers. And yeah, this shirt's like super rare.
That shit's hard.
You'll definitely never see another one at 2X.
Come on.
That's one thing about Baka that people don't realize and shit is like motherfuckers don't get how hard it is to get shit in our size. You feel me?
Facts.
So it's like even if hypothetically you had a crazier shirt than Baka, you're just not gonna have the crazier one because he'll have the 2X.
You don't. You don't.
You fucking thought wrong.
That size medium
$2,000
isn't
shirt.
worth shit.
Come on.
Zero flex.
Come on.
You can probably go buy an XL from another collector, but
You ain't gonna find
They
this
made
one.
2 XLs.
You ain't gonna find this one.
That's one of them.
Come on.
And then like I know Baka already has his opinion on this shit, but motherfuckers are really in the fashion shit. They're really like, let's just say, I'ma just say fat phobic, and like I feel like there's all these
Speak on
there's
it.
all these kids and shit
Speak on
wearing XLs, bro, and you like a medium, bro, and it's like, look,
y'all stealing from the big niggas is all I'm saying.
Facts.
Not
If you
leaving
can
any
wear a
shit for
large
us.
and you won't sell me an XL, that's fucking weird.
You're a
Sorry.
bitch.
I'll get you the
Yeah,
large.
bro. If you was
Definitely
small,
weird.
bro, and you got that 2X that was sold out, bro,
You a
you're a
hoe.
punk rock bitch, bro.
Facts.
Like, bro, big tees, big baggy clothes, that fashion.
I
Man.
understand the aesthetic. I'm not mad at it or anything like that.
I
But when I
am.
vocalize my opinion to you, like, yo, bro, like, I'm just trying to get like you. I just want to wear one. And like it's not even gonna be boxy on me. Like that's my actual size. and
Come
shit.
on.
Like,
It'll actually fit me, and I'll
I'll go
fucking.
get you the medium. I'll get you the small. I'll get you the large. They available.
Come on, come trade.
Stealing from me.
You know.
It's like I feel justified to dress baggy because I'm a big dude, So
Facts.
it's like I don't know. It's whatever. I just had to talk about that. That shit is so weird. I deal with it a lot.
So what about you? How'd you get into the collecting space and just, the having physical wares and things of that nature?
Yeah. Fuck, bro. Well, I would like to say my first thing that I was like really into was skateboarding. Obviously, I'm not gonna act like I still really do that or but I stay tapped in with everything that's going on and shit over the years and whatever. So early on when I was skating, this is probably like 2009, 2010 maybe, I was going to North End Skate Shop, which is the sister store to 35th North.
Ooh,
So that's the store that was up north and shit, North End, 35th.
okay.
35th Ave, all three of them are connected and shit. 35th Ave's the one, the Fed.
Oh, you just put me on.
So I was going to
Never knew that.
I was going to North End and shit, and I was obviously dummy broke. I didn't have any money to buy shit, so I was just like, buy a tee here every now and then. They had brands like Manic, which I don't think exists anymore. I think they've been out of business for a while, but
Yeah.
Manic, North End, 35th, fucking, there was some other brands like at BC, they had this brand called Bandwagon and shit. which is like another one I used to wear a lot of. This is like me early on, like figuring out what buying clothes myself was even like and shit. And then I think like late 8th grade, like this is like summer of like 2011.
Yeah.
I got into high school and shit, and I started getting into streetwear a lot. So I was definitely like one of the first kids in my school to have like Supreme on in like early 20,
Come on.
like, you know, like late mid 2011. But it was probably like mid. And then like, you know, brands like Diamond early on and shit, but not like, you know, the Diamond that like you see at the Zoomies, like old, like, you know, buying like mid 2000s Diamond and shit from the homie. Brands like Dirtbag, like my homie Phil runs from Connecticut and shit. Shout out Phil. Hope you're feeling better, bro. He's going through like a really bad Crohn's battle right now. You know, but he'll be okay and shit.
Come on.
Brands like that. So yeah, I was just really into like streetwear and shit early on, honestly, and skateboarding stuff. So I would just buy a lot of skate shoes and like pulling up to school in like Americas, and I'd be wearing like
That's hard.
Just I don't know, all types of shit. Bro,
Yeah,
really. It's kind of hard for me to remember. My high school shit's kind of a blur.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was like that, and then I got into vintage, like lightly into vintage. Like the first time I ever even like hit the rack was like maybe like 2012, but I was just buying random shit. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
And then like late 2013, like early 2014, I started kind of dabbling into it and shit, buying vintage tees and, you know, just kind of getting my foot in the water and shit. And then the last like 5 years, I've been progressively getting more and more into it and stuff. And then by the time I met Hootie and shit, you know, I kind of got like really into it at that point, you know, collecting like old like Billionaire Boys Club, Babe, fucking, just old archives, Supreme, just all types of shit, Jordans, fucking Air Maxes, Forces, you know,
just doing the homework and going back.
Yeah, exactly. And I was always like one of those kids that was like going to like Goods and shit and like Alive and Well when they first opened up. Like not Goods when they first opened up. It was like towards the end of it because I was like 13. I'm only 24, so like I was like a 13-year-old and shit pulling up like at like their sale and shit they were doing towards the end and all that stuff. But then like when Alive and Well opened, it was like, you know, I'm taking the bus from up in fucking Snohomish and shit to go fucking down to Cap Hill and shit, and I'm just like some kid that doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Baka's already a little more grown than me. He's already just down there all the time, probably, or wherever he was at.
That's really cool to me because like we're all like we're the same age, and while you were doing that, I was not doing none of that. I didn't know any of this shit existed. I didn't realize that we had such a scene until like junior year, and like.
We was rocking like DGK and like
LRG.
I feel you. I definitely was in all that.
Yeah. So it's just so dope to me, like to be in the same like age bracket, but just know that like you started your history a lot earlier than a lot of kids our age, and was really like doing your research and really finding out what was important.
Bro, when I came back from school, dog, I wasn't even doing homework, bro. I graduated with like and this isn't to make a joke about it, but like. I really graduated with like a 1.7 on time because I was not doing no homework. I wasn't really doing shit. When I went home, it was straight to the laptop, watching interviews, fucking watching skate videos, you know, starting to watch movies and shit. Yeah. My main thing that I used to be into was music. So at that time, like clothes wasn't even my priority, I would say. Like it was mainly like I was collecting CDs and vinyls and that was like my thing. Like I went to college for that, so I was fucking like that was just my whole thing was just, you know, being the music dude, like giving people flash drives and shit, making CDs for people.
You had the playlist on Slap.
Yeah, and even if
that's a very important voice.
Facts.
Especially at those times and shit, and a lot of
facts.
Kids, you gotta imagine, bro. Like Snohomish is like I don't even know if you guys know where that is. It's like by Everett.
It's I'm not even gonna lie. I was gonna say it's by the mountain, but. I was literally about to say
you're not wrong. But like,
it's by Snoqualmie, right?
Nah.
No?
No, Snoqualmie is like Everett. Like
okay.
That's like you go like
north, you know.
Yeah, it's super up north, like, you know, so it's like all the kids there and shit, or it's like a mix of like. There's like the farms and shit down there.
Yeah.
It's like a whole valley, so it's all like farmers and like redneck kids. And then there's like the kids from Everett and shit that are a little more like suburban or, you know, like coming from like wherever. So a lot of those kids just, that wasn't where their head was at. Everyone was wearing the, in respect to anybody who wore this, I'm not coming for anyone's neck right now. I'm just talking about the times.
You know who you are. If you hear it, you know who you are.
But like you know, it was just the Vans Authentics with the double Nike socks, with
Yeah.
the Jordan shorts. I'm not mad at that. He was mad cozy. Definitely sauce for the time. You know, for what
Definitely sauce for the time.
Chicago shorts.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a Goodwood chain. You know, I get it.
Oh,
That's
the
cool.
good one.
You're really,
chain.
bro, me and Tavares.
We had like 7 of those.
We
Had the Rick
dove
Ross
in.
Goodwood chain,
Bro, we dove in so fucking deep to the Goodwood. Like,
Yeah, I'm double snapback era.
Like, damn, I wasn't even trying to remember
I need
about
the mic.
you know. So it was like I don't expect a lot of those kids to even know half of that shit. I don't even know how I knew about it really. I just was around a lot. So this is gonna sound weird. I feel like Baka talks to me about this and it doesn't make sense to him, but for me it makes sense. I always talk about how I was like a little bit younger than the kids in. I was supposed to be in a grade below my grade, you know, so I was around like older kids and shit when I was a little younger.
yeah.
I was definitely like, you know, like I said, I was that kid that was on Cap Hill and I was just around all the OGs and shit, just soaking up game and just trying to, you know, it's like a whole new world for me.
You were the one cool younger kid that they were like, we gonna put Collin on. Collin can hang.
Yeah, like, or they were at least just like, you know, oh, he can like hang out in the store and whatever. And I was just asking probably a million annoying questions, and everyone that probably worked there that was just sauced out of their brains at the time, like Angela and all the homies and shit, they were probably just like, this kid's cool enough. You know? And
He's doing the research.
I'm eternally grateful for that. So
You know?
you got to remember where you came from and shit. And, you know, same thing as Baka, you know, I'm definitely the first person to put my pride down and not, you know, I got to acknowledge that this man put me onto a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, definitely the big bro and shit.
It's great to have that, like, that relationship where,
Motherfuckers be acting like it all came out of nowhere, bro.
yeah.
Like
Someone's
they
got-
woke up overnight and was
Someone's
like,
gotta
I
put
got
you
the
on.
game.
Overnight, and you was a fashion dude.
Nobody in the tag put me on.
Exactly.
Come on.
Nobody.
Baka is his own OG.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But
There's no big weeb homie out there.
Yeah.
Showed me all the anime.
Yeah, Baka.
No.
There's no
doing his own
big
shit.
archive homie showed me all the good fashion. There's no big vintage homie who showed me all the vintage and shit. I had to go meet weird ass people who don't even live in my town, who be in my town to teach me all that shit.
Thanks.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
I was by myself. I did the first vintage pop-up ever in Washington, like actual technical pop-up at Dunk Exchange in 2012 with Hootie Coob.
We got fucking history.
Holy fuck.
We got fucking history in the building.
I definitely did the first one in the tag.
I heard
at
about
ETC.
those Duncan exchange.
What is that? So you're from an era that I lust over currently. Cause like,
I felt that.
no, cause it's like, no bullshit. It's from like the purity. If you were a fan of something, you were genuinely a fan. You didn't.
That's on God.
You know, there wasn't like our generation is very multifaceted. You had to like, all right, I'm into this, and this leads to this, so I'm into both now because they're in the same group. We can have these conversations. So I really want to know what was it like being like the first to be like, oh, this is cool and this is not.
It's really lonely.
Yeah, I felt
No
that.
one was tapped in. I would talk to niggas about shit, and they would just look at me like, "Big bro."
People were
what's
sleeping
good
on
with
Baka. People definitely don't give Baka his flowers. He's done a lot of shit.
Come
made,
on.
Made a lot of people's fashion how it is, a lot of people's style. Like, you know, like people definitely don't give the acknowledgement that he deserves and shit.
Niggas would see me in like the Doc Marten boots, with little crop pants on and shit. You feel me?
Oh my fucking
vintage
God,
tee.
and that's like the fucking trend right now.
Yeah, in like 2010 and shit. And they'd be
Holy
like, "What's
fuck.
good with this nigga?"
Niggas was not doing it in 2010. I'm
Look
just
how
like,
fucking tall you are. Look how big you are, my nigga. Why are you dressed like that? And I'm
'Cause-
just like, big bro, why are you so worried about what I do?
exactly. Honestly, you might want to follow it because like this is the future. Honestly, Baka's from the future. That's what I just learned today.
It's one of the greatest compliments I've ever gotten. I feel like my mind's trapped in the past, so to hear that, it's definitely tight.
You gotta know where you gotta know where we came from to know where we're going. And I feel like the two of you understand that so infinitely and like breathe it and like share the knowledge. It's like you guys aren't, as much as you know, you're very willing to share. And like I appreciate that just based off of like just getting to know you guys, not really understanding certain things about vintage and just being able to be like, I know people that can really put me on game and I can like explore in a way that's like pure because it'll come from people who actually love it, actually breathe it, and it won't be like, I won't be led astray. So I really appreciate that.
I started picking vintage when a lot of the vintage that's popular right now is trash. I thought it was cool because I'm, currently from the same age as everybody else who thinks this shit's cool. But like when I was like 18, picking like 90 shit in the bins, niggas were like, "What are you trying to do? Make like $10? 90 shit doesn't fucking sell. Go find a like 80s or 70s piece. Or
People
go get
throwing
some real
shit back
true
in the
vintage."
bins and shit. Nah.
Yeah, throwing back Looney Tunes shirts and like Mickey Mouse shit. And like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this cartoon shit? Throwing back the anime tees, bro. This shirt, you used to be able to find this shirt if you did look hard enough for it. You'd be able to get it for like $40.
Baka's from the future.
$40.
You
I did
knew.
not spend $40 on this shirt. I traded for this shirt.
Come on.
Thank you, Otaku Bell.
Come on.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it was just really fucking weird. Like always, like I don't know. I just get super obsessive with things, so I'd always have something new, and I'd always want to share that with people, and then people would just always be like, "Look, bro, we love you and shit. You smart. You always know this and that. But, like, I just don't know how to relate to you."
Yeah.
And then like now everybody's doing a lot of the same shit I do and shit. Now they want to talk to me about it, and I want to be like, "Look, my nigga, I just don't know how to relate to you. Like, you just doing what I was doing like fucking 4 years ago.
Exactly.
And now you want to talk about that shit. Like, I moved on."
It's crazy.
Come on.
Can we give the boys another hand clap just
No.
because all the game I'm
Come on.
absorbing right now and just being in the same room with you two, I
Learn
think
this
it's
shit ring.
it's really beautiful
We're humbled, bro. Thank
to get to know you two. I really wanted to know, where did Slew come from? And
That's Baka's thing to talk about.
First of all, I want to give a big shout out to Sloopy, Alberto Rentera.
We love you, P.
Come on.
That's my big bro. I technically made Slew, but I feel like without him, there would be no Slew. Like, he's the one who really keeps everybody like together and like keeps everybody on track and like always taps in and make sure your IDs are going well and shit. And he's in the hospital right now because he was in like a really bad car accident and it's been really stressful. But yeah, shout out Slew P. Now let's talk about Slew. All right, so
Thank you for sharing that.
thank you for letting me share that.
Absolutely.
But I want to say it was like 10th grade. I'm at Mount Tahoma. I'm just like, I want to have a fucking cool little nickname. Like, literally. You know, and like, we would call each other slews and shit.
Yeah.
Just for like any like thought activity a nigga would be doing and shit. You know, just pull the T. You get it. Slew, sled. And slew also stands for an abundance of things. And there's an abundance of the gang. So, you know.
Come on.
It all fits in a lot of places. I don't want to like sit here and pretend like all of it came to my mind the first time I thought about Slew. To be completely honest and transparent with you guys, it definitely came from us just like calling each other slews. And then one day I was like, fuck it, I'm coining it. So I was the one who said it first anyway. So yeah, like, you know, if I would like see Slew P after like a thotty night, I'd be like, oh, you was slewing dummy late last night. You're fucking stupid.
I'm Slew Siva because I be on the same shit all the time.
Back talk.
Big no slew alert, big no slew alert. You fucking heard it here.
Slew Varez, you feel me?
Sluvar, you feel me? We out here.
Yes.
Collin, Baka. Continue.
Come
Sorry.
on.
But yeah, so
I haven't even heard this story, so this is awesome.
yeah, original slews, it's like me, Slew P, Slew J, and then Slew T. And yeah, we just, you know, we just do dumb shit. Like, you know, we're from Tacoma. No like stigmatism towards Tacoma or anything, but niggas down there definitely aren't boring. So I mean,
Facts.
we just did a lot all the fucking time. So yeah, we just felt like we needed a little fucking name. And then from there, it's grown into a brand. Now it's just like kind of like a blanket term for anything, like Slew Color being like a piece of it, or like when we have a space and we call it the Studio or anything like that. It's just like an additive word at this point. It's just like a way to like make something ours. You know, but while still being a part of something, though, we don't think we created anything. It's just a way to like label ourselves.
That's special. That's amazing. All right, I'm a
First time I ever told that story, by the way.
Yeah, I've never even heard that. I'm
Fucking-
with this dude like almost every day.
breaking news.
Do you see the work we do at the Groovy Tapes?
We just got
We
you a
give
new
guys
story.
Exclusive
They're not the first ones who asked.
timeline story. And we got the
People
He
ask me,
doesn't tell anybody.
I'm
that
always
shit.
just like,
Uh,
no.
nah. Shout out
really
to
honored. Thank you so much,
I
man.
mean, you guys didn't just bring us on to a regular podcast. Like, I said this off camera and shit, but like, I really appreciate you guys' space, you guys' setup, just the way you guys are treating us right now. So, I mean, I felt like it was more than right to actually talk about something. You know, if we're all just going to sit around and act like it's regulars, then, you know, I'm going to act like shit's regular. You're not telling nobody anything
You're gonna
special.
get regular answers.
But if you treat us like we're actual guests and shit, I mean, I'm going to come on here and like, I mean, I'm not going to come on here and fucking be retarded when someone's being nice to me. That's fucking rude.
You know, our pH levels are balanced today.
come on,
Brain-
come on.
Brains are definitely at highest
Yo,
capacity.
my bad about the retard thing too. I know some people are gonna take that sensitively. I just have a hard time like adjusting when it comes to the way I speak and shit. I'm sorry.
Hey, we appreciate that transparency. You know, a lot of people. It's a lot harder for other people to take that ownership. While we're here chilling with Collin and Baka,
Before you start, I really got to shout out to French because I just lit it with a candle. But go.
oh yeah, you seen that? You see my brother over here doing real primal things. Yeah, this is a KWJT back at it again with another motherfucking strain from Tranquil Forest. Hey, we're kicking it. We're episode 5-1, smoking on the finest and the finest podcast in the city. We got that Sherbaccio 2.0. Some slight, not too heavy. Yeah, if you at home and you ain't tap in with that Tranquil yet, go ahead and do that.
It's a major terp alert. Get your terps up, little boys.
Ooh.
Get you some shit that tastes like something.
You feel me? You know, not that backyard again bunk shit. You feel me? We over here smoking the dopest.
Learn what farms grow your weed. And you'll learn what good weed is. Simple.
Sorry, I had to turn my mic off because I can't multitask.
No, you're fine. Thank you. Do you guys partake in marijuana? How do you guys feel about such things?
I smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like lately I haven't been smoking as much, but I'm about to smoke today.
Ooh.
Come on.
But Bach is definitely an everyday terper.
Yes.
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 Big terp talk.
Come
Big
on.
dabber.
What's your what farm have you found has had like dialed in their terps?
This is gonna sound really head ass, but Viola Farms out of
Ooh,
Colorado.
I've heard great things.
They do other processes in other places. Like Viola sells shit out here in Washington and in Oregon. Their Oregon shit's insane. But the best shit I've ever had from them is their homegrown shit. And
Colorado. Ooh,
bro, flavor alert out the ass. Like you just taking the dabs and it's just like, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. There's probably a lot of people out there who's taken a dab before, but if you've never taken like a flavorful dab, like if your homie has to explain to you what it tastes like for you to understand what it tastes like, then you're not really dabbing. You feel me? You gotta dab that shit, and even if you're like a regular smoker, be like,
this shit tastes good.
kind of tastes like limonene. You know, talk about the limonene terpenes inside the shit, and really explain to the bro and shit. But yeah, shout out Viola Farms.
Come on.
Al Harrington, please sponsor me.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You heard.
Black owned.
You heard it.
You heard the layup.
Yeah, good looks.
Little Kithiana, Shmeeboo over there.
Talk your shit.
Come on. That's one of my favorite ashtrays just because it no matter how much you ash in it, that shit will always come back white. That's
Ooh.
yeah, that was just a little shout out to Ronnie Fee.
Okay.
Very
One of
tasty.
the coolest things about Ronnie is really attention oriented.
Yes.
So, I mean, it only makes sense that he'd be able to make something as simple as a white ashtray and it stay white. He's like, well, the whole point of it is to be a fucking white ashtray. It has to stay white. So he doesn't go with like shitty ass ceramics.
You know?
That change colors super fast and shit.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Of
Oh my
course.
goodness.
This is transparent.
I asked Corey this, but my memory is terrible, so I'm just gonna ask you again respectfully. Of
Oh no,
course.
come on.
I want to hear the story about how you two met and shit, because I remember when you told me it, I was just like, yo, that's so hard. Or
So
something like that.
I met this young gentleman named Tavares in the sixth grade, sir. I think I met him in the 5th grade.
Okay, there you go
Hold
with
on,
the fucking fake news.
hold on. Damn,
Tavares,
you didn't
you're
even
back in
get
the
asked
phone.
the question. You can hop in, but fuck, back up.
Go ahead.
Back
Go
up.
ahead.
I met this gentleman in the 6th grade. I think the 5th grade, but he claims he never went to South Shore in the 5th grade. Whatever. He was so Tavares walked up in South Shore, and he was the first Samoan kid I met in my life. And Tavares was the same kid then that he is now. He is just way nicer. He is just.
Used to be a mean kid.
I wouldn't say mean.
Are you American Samoan or like?
Yeah, I'm American. Yeah,
That's gas.
yeah.
He
Shout out to Poly Club,
come on,
Micronesian gang.
come on,
You already know.
come on. He was so I met him and he was walking up. He was talking to hella people because I don't know how he knew the people at South Shore, but he was just like mingling. And like me and my homie Tone walk up on him and go, "What's up?" And he's like, "Hey, what's good?" He had this. It was it a 4X?
Yep.
He had a 4X.
Talk your shit.
How to be ghetto shirt on the first day of school.
Can we get a clap for that?
Come on, yes.
That.
Come on.
So it was the how to be ghetto diploma.
Yes.
It had like weed smoking PhD, pimping PhD, hustling PhD.
You're so hard.
He's an 11-year-old kid.
I
got
time to talk about hood fashion, but I'm so happy we're talking about hood fashion.
I got suspended for that shirt.
Not the first day though.
Not the first day.
It was like the first like 2 months. They were like,
After
"Tomorrow,
you read it.
you gotta stop wearing this shirt."
Yeah, I wrote I fucking wore a SpongeBob smoking a blunt airbrush tee. Cause my older cousins, like all my clothes I had up until like my senior year of high school are all hand-me-downs. And I can't even call them hand-me-downs. I'll call them put-ons because like my family really put me on. Like,
Talk to him.
And as history will tell, Corey and them will let you know, like I wasn't really into fashion. I didn't really know how to dress. I used to wear jorts. I used to wear jorts and like high top chucks and like, you know,
Honestly,
the baggiest
it's a
tee.
fit. It's
Definitely in your bag, G.
if you think about it
Bro,
today,
you guys are making fucking 10-year-old Tavares cry right now. Oh, that's all he wanted to hear back then.
I mean,
Because
you had the right cuts on. Didn't really look at it.
no cap.
Rick
Tavares.
Owens definitely makes like jorts the same size as the jorts you're probably wearing. There's like Helmut Lang does like extendo tees. So if you're wearing like a long hood fashion tee, like that's actual fashion too. It's just what's on top of the garment.
but yeah, we met in the 6th grade. I didn't know a goddamn soul at South Shore. Actually, a funny thing, Corey and Tone pressed me to be their friend.
Facts.
They so I was a new student. I was real nervous because one, my principal Cap. My principal was going around the middle schools and getting the poly students like, "Yo, we got a really good Polynesian program here. There's a lot of students here. You should come and tap in." When really that was a pitch to get more poly students in the school.
There was Ashley. There was only
I
Ashley.
can't believe you said that because Ashley is Filipino.
No, I'm just talking about from the
Oh God, literally there was only Filipinos there, and like so I pull up first day. I'll never forget this because Antonio will never live this down. Apparently I made some joke. It's not apparently. I made a joke on my first day. I was talking about it was like a dick and balls joke. I was like, I got a gold bar and 2 rubies. Like everybody starts cracking up, you know, at the time. And, you know, I didn't even think that shit was funny. I just said it. People start laughing. They're like, "Oh, that's Tavares. Oh, okay. He's funny." And then like Tone fucking had a grudge against me because I was a new kid. And he's really my brother. So
He was the original funny nigga though.
like
Yeah, like you still
Bro,
spotlight and
yes,
shit.
he
So when
was.
you came out, it was like I don't know.
It was like,
Funny and Big were both a little chunky, so like I'm kind of stealing sauce. Like
like Street Dreams and shit. How like Rob Deerdeck comes in, he's like the hater homie who doesn't want P-Rod to get his bag and shit. So, like they go to the park. He's like, nah, fuck that. We're leaving the park. And he's like, bruh, but I'm about to go get this fucking switch crook or whatever I'm doing down the staircase. And then he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm the funny dude. I'm driving the van. You feel me?
man,
Same shit.
like same energy. But they were like, yo, Tavar, your name's Tavares. Let's be friends. And honestly, that was history. Ever since then, I rocked with Corey. That was I would say sixth grade year was like 2000, 2007, 2008. So we were getting, getting to know each other.
2015?
Yeah.
Yeah, then we're all, same grade.
Yeah, class of 2015. But yeah,
Taurus is hilarious.
yeah, that's how we met. It was from some so small, and it blossomed into this.
I made
It's beautiful.
just a side note. I made him and Tone be friends.
No,
they did
for
not.
sure.
They were not fucking with each other.
We would fight every weekend, but not in the way of like dramatic, like
Look, every big nigga funny. Y'all
You
gotta
know,
get used to that.
y'all gotta no.
he was not. Tone was not having.
No, and then our brother Julian pulled up 8th grade, and then like fucking we had our boy Brandon. We're all chunky dudes, and we all have humor, so it was bad.
Sick.
Like
Oh,
He was
motherfucker,
sick.
you taking too much of the spotlight, motherfucker. You gonna have to scoot over with your big ass, like type shit.
all our personalities will be funny, G.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Groovy Gang, it's your editor, Solana. We lost footage on Corey and Tavares for the next 25 minutes, so we'll be cutting to the logo when they're talking for the rest of the video. We apologize sincerely, and thank you all for being amazing and supporting the four of us each and every day. We really appreciate it. All right, bye.
But I feel like 6th grade was really a formative year for me because I didn't know nobody. The South Shore, I was supposed to go to Aki. I was supposed to go where all my family went. I was supposed to go be with all the Usos and all my friends from Aki. But I was like, the principal really got me. I was like, honestly, that sounds active. You guys say you about to get a new school and everything. You guys about to be rebuilt on Henderson.
It's like, look, we're finna, start a little Micronesian club. We're gonna get you.
We're gonna get you
we
in
want
there.
you to lead the haka.
You
We
know.
want you to go crazy.
Please, every multi-night. Was in there. Man, I be chalking it up to fate. I was like, bro, I swear to God, I would not have met these people in like a different situation. Right. If I had went like maybe a year to a different middle school or there was some type of disconnect because we all went to different high schools, but we still rocked with each other. It was like which
is a really hard thing to do.
Every day, like, all right, we're meeting up at Corey's house. Even though freshman year started, Tavares is going to beach, Corey's going to Nova, and all the homies are at different spots.
Franklin, Cleveland. Like, how do we make this work? And we're like, nah, fuck that, bro. Link up. I'm still up the hill. The weekends was my crib.
Weekend was at Corey's. We sleep over. We thug it out. We trap for the next dime bag, the next 2 for the 15. We smoke together. Everybody looks at us weird because we're the potheads. We're like the potheads, y'all. I'm telling you, if we had a personality or something to like, you had the kids into streetwear, you had the kids who skate. We were like, bro, we smoke.
Yes, every party, everyone was looking for us. Oh, they got weed on them.
Oh, they got packed.
They got weed on them for sure.
And we do have pack because we smoke. We like to smoke.
And we're not weird.
Yeah.
We'll smoke with anybody.
If you want to hit the Dodie Wody, tap in.
Come on, you just got to have conversation. It can't get weird in the session. We smoke with anybody.
No weird joke. Don't come in a circle with none of that weird energy.
Facts.
Look at you.
That's a great story. Thank you guys for telling me that.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course. Thanks for asking, Collin.
Yeah. I appreciate it. This is really my brother. How do you guys design or how do you guys choose colors to dye with? Because I know it's very challenging to like step outside the norm and just really be like, ooh, why isn't this? Like, what how do you guys choose that, or how is that decision usually made?
I feel like the process is different depending on what it is. But for an example, like with Carhartts, and just for like, it's not a slogan we like stand by. We like to say we do what other brands are too pussy to do. So like particularly like, Carhartts too pussy to put out like the big orange jacket for a nigga. So we'll do that. That's usually one of the ways we pick it. Orange is like me and Collin's favorite color almost. We both kind of have like slightly favorite colors too, like black, and he likes brown and shit.
Yeah.
But we come together on the orange a lot.
Just colors that we frequent a lot or not a lot, or
Exactly.
and just like we're like, fuck, we love these colors so much. I just want like a orange pair of pants, or like a Baka's like I want some teal pants, like it's just
size 38 teal pants from a good brand would cost you like $200.
Yeah, and I need like the 40s, or if I'm trying to get the 42s and shit, it's damn near impossible. Just don't even make shit in that size. You feel me?
And not with taste. If they do make it in that size, it's like it's not really what they invested in. It's just like, oh, we added that because that market needs it, and we can just throw whatever on that. So I really love how you guys design and choose your color palette, and even when you design flyers, it really it brings me into your world. It really tells me what I'm about to receive, the amount of work it took, the special hand that it's getting. Not outside of you guys being really good, like cool people and really into it, like the amount of attention you guys pay to your craft. I really want to commend you guys, because it's not.
Thank you, bro.
It don't look easy, and it's gonna get replicated in the next couple of years as it grows. So I'm very excited to see you guys pioneer and really show motherfuckers what you're supposed to be doing. So when they steal sauce, they can at least get it correct. So I love you guys leading that pack.
And I think for the color shit, I think for like the first one that we did, like we had a whole bunch of different shit. It was like pink, yellow, teal, like wine.
It wasn't the first colors we did, though.
Yeah, not the first
we
one.
We were just dying.
Our first big amount of stuff that we did. Our first one that we did was orange. Or no, the really, really first one that we did was that Seahawks crew neck. I had a 1980s Seahawks crew neck, and Baka did that.
First thing
we
died.
Yeah.
First thing So Color ever did as an entity or a brand was a commission job for a man named Vintage 1985 or Vintage Guy 1985.
Yeah, that was our first thing as officially Slew Color.
Was it the
we put
full
a name
purple?
on it and shit.
We did the pea purple, which is what every purple we do is called, pea purple, because our homie Alberto,
bro.
He's Slew P. He loves purple. He loves Greedo.
Are making colors, bro. They're making the new color.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
See,
Continue.
Always remember that too. If I ever make a color, I go out of my way to make sure that if another brand was replicated, they would have to spend money.
Come on.
It's not just purple that goes into our purples, or oranges that go into our oranges, or reds that go into our reds.
It's a full day.
I'd really be out there for at least an hour just trying to mix the color right so the shit comes out the way I want it to. It's not. I don't just buy purple dye and it's like, all right, it's time for the pea purple
and it's
boys.
I just feel like every time we do it and shit, we really just try to envision, a full fit of that, or just the overall what we can do with those other pieces that aren't even clothes too, as a lifestyle type of thing. Because we also do a lot of other stuff besides just clothes that we're working on right now.
That is a great segue. I wanted to ask you about visuals create reality and how legendary your collecting of movies are, and just the curation that you've been providing.
Oh yeah. So videos create realities is so how that started was I've been collecting tapes since I had my first tape in 2015 or 2016, but I wasn't collecting them at that point. I moved to Seattle in 2017. I was the home mission shit with all my homies. And when I moved in, my homie Zane, guy who runs Snuff Mag and all that stuff, Zane Olsen, he's also from Everett. he gave me as a housewarming gift. He got me a VCR and shit.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, for sure, like, you know, these things are hella cheap. I'm already into movies and shit and like directors, and you know, I like packaging a lot. So
Yeah.
I was buying them and just collecting them and shit. Just movies I like or covers I liked that I thought were cool. And then my collection was just growing over the years. Like, people would come over and have a whole fucking wall of them. And, like, you know, like, people were just like, oh, like, you should sell these or whatever. I never really thought anything of it. And then what happened? I had a pretty, like, bad kind of end of, like, 2020. Like, there was just not a really cool couple months. Like, I had you know, my first breakup ever after like a 2.5 year relationship. So I was a little confused, or kind of like, you know, just mentally not like the like strongest, I guess, like creatively and shit. 'Cause my brain's all over the place, so I'm not even thinking about doing Who Would Have Thought or doing VCR shit or any of that, right?
Yeah.
You know, I haven't even thought about VCR or any of that. So then I pull up on Baka one day, and I was at Baka MP, and then I just kind of like, I don't know, he kind of just like talked some sense into me and stuff, and really made me, you know, realize like my full potential after I was kind of taking like a little break from doing stuff for a bit.
Yeah.
After I was just feeling down, and you know, he was like, you should do a pop-up like with your
My
tapes.
nigga was only doing fit pics.
Yeah,
Like, he had all this potential and shit.
Just
You know,
showing
he
niggas
had
how to
a
dress.
brand. He has all this other shit he always wants to do, all this shit he's always thinking about.
Yeah.
Like, my guy.
yeah, he really had
Go.
to know some sense
It
into
was
me.
good.
Go.
You need to drop something.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, I think we were just kicking it, and there was like, no, we weren't talking about ideas or nothing. It was just not a good day, and it was just like, what are we doing? You know?
Oh, yeah. I'm always that weird guy when I'm around a bunch of creatives. I'm like, why aren't we creating something? Not only
Right
can
now.
build shit, but if like we're homies and shit and we all have like our own ideas, I just want to see why we're not working.
Exactly.
Like, we can work and still hang out. Like, it's not that hard to get something done and hang out. Like, it's almost literally kind of like a podcast is sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're definitely getting something done objectively by learning about the people, but you're still kicking it.
Yeah, so
me give that
basically,
up.
you know,
I like one of these.
he told me that, and I was trying to think of the name, and I was just like, what like rolls good off the tongue and shit, or like,
Yeah.
I could do at least like an abbreviation of. And then I came up with a couple different names, which I'm not gonna say 'cause it made me cringe, but I came up with Videos Create Realities because it's obviously like a abbreviation for VCR.
Yeah.
You know, tapes. And I mean, not to get like make it too big of an explanation, but I mean, it's just Videos Create Realities. Like, I feel like when you're watching those movies, like, you're really, you know, being put into that universe, as simple as it sounds. So I wanted to make an event that highlighted tapes and collectors and stuff from like all my homies and shit, because there's not a whole lot of us that really collect tapes. Like,
Yeah.
there's really like Baka, fucking my homie Zane, like a couple other people. I'm like blanking right now, but yeah. So did the first one and shit back in February.
Yeah.
Yeah, did
Those
like,
hoodies went crazy.
Yeah, thank you.
I really enjoyed that tote bag too. That tote bag was
man.
crazy.
That-
Every time I see someone, I'll be like, "Collin?"
Bro,
I was really jealous. I was that at that point in like time, like I was just learning more and more about the scene, and like I saw that, like I saw all the homies were going, and I was like, I don't know anybody I don't know who's throwing this. I don't know who's connected to this, and I was just like watching the fun from the outside, and I was like, that hoodie's hard, that tote is hard. I just want to commend you because that's one of the reasons I was like, I was really infatuated of bonding this friendship and just like building on this, because I was just like, this is the most creative shit. It's like seeing an alley-oop for your first time. It was just like, oh, it makes so much sense. You just gotta throw it high enough.
And before that, I hadn't even done like my own event really. I've just done like pop-ups for Who Would Have Thought
Yeah.
before, like in the early days and shit. And I think I did like 3 or 4 of them. And then it was a lot more stressful throwing your own thing and being in charge of it, and like having Baka on the team. And not saying Baka was making it stressful. If anything, he made my job a million times easier. because he was really helping me and shit create the whole vision of what the brand was. You know, definitely a OG VCR member.
Come on.
And yeah, fucking, it was great, bro. Like, there were probably like 60 something people that pulled up, I think.
Yeah.
Like, over the course of the whole day, and I was just like, damn, people were pulling up for tapes, bro. I didn't even know if this shit was gonna work or not, really. You know, because that was just some regular shit that I'm a collector, bro. I collect all types of things.
Yeah.
That was just one of my things I collected.
I already sold tapes at pop-ups.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't you just do a whole pop-up with tapes, my guy?
Yeah, like you have like 1,000
so
of them.
many of them, and I have this space, and I'm
Yeah.
always telling you to do a pop-up here anyway, so just do a pop-up.
Yeah.
And I gotta thank Hootie and Baka. They let me do that shit there for free, and that was just, I'm just eternally grateful for that. You know, that was a really pivotal moment in my life.
Mm.
You know,
That's real homie shit.
Cool, you know?
That's real homie shit.
so yeah, I'm fucking glad that people like it and like my ideas and shit and Baka's ideas, and you know, it was just really like, you know, I'm such a nerd and shit when it comes to this collecting shit. It's like when I see someone else that's into the same shit, I'm like, bro, you got the eye. You know, like, I just get like, if I just start fucking, oh my god.
Yeah, the light bulb goes off. You're like,
Yeah.
you're another head.
So like when I had kids pulling up like Zach and shit, like shout This Is All Right.
Yeah.
Homie Zach, he picks and shit too. He's another vintage guy. He pulled up and I didn't even know him and shit. And he had like a tote bag full of movies. He's like, hey bro, so I'm trying to trade. And on the thing I said buy, sell, trade, and I was like, that little bit of me was like, man, I hope some kid pulls up and he's trying to trade.
Yeah.
The most awesome thing. Just like to know someone else is out there on the same type of shit, you know? And he fucking pulled up and
he's like,
it's crazy. He blessed Baka with
Zach's a crazy collector, by the way.
Yeah.
He's my bro.
Yeah, he
Like I seen him when he first started picking in the tack bins to like where he's at now. Like he started off real humble with like the Nike shit, but like he's really in depth with the vintage shit now. Like he's like really on the true vintage shit, like where it's like 70s and down pants most of the times. And like,
fire.
you know, like 70s tees and war jackets and shit like that.
and
Which I think is pretty cool.
The war jackets is crazy.
And also, I want to give a huge shout out to my sibling, Ollie. Ollie helped me with a lot of the graphics and stuff. And, like, the whole boxing one. Like, that was my little sibling and shit.
Fire. It runs in the blood.
Yeah.
That's good
go
to know.
follow part-time grandpa. That's my little sib.
Come
You
on.
know what I mean? But, yeah.
All you niggas always asking for graphic designers.
Yeah.
That's boom right there.
Exactly. did the T-shirt graphic with the double-sided shit.
Ali.
Done some other stuff for Baka and I, you know.
That's amazing.
Shout out Zane. Zane helped me did the first flyer too, but you know, you gotta keep a little team around you.
You know, and in how and like
motherfuckers think they can do everything themselves, bro. It's not
nearly
gonna work
impossible.
out how you think it is, bro.
Yes.
You know?
Preach.
That's why I'm grateful this man's even like fucks with me like that to even like be around me every day. It's just like crazy. Like fucking I feel like I actually have like, you know, that homie that kind of is like we're on the same type of wavelength.
Yeah.
Know how we both function and shit, and you know.
That's very important as a creative. Just because you know, it's so lonely having all these ideas and just thinking like, especially when you're like, I should be here, or like certain things like that should be like.
Oh, yeah, those thoughts definitely start popping up when you're like, you know, in your 20s and shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I could be doing so much more, and this person's younger than me, and they're at that point.
Exactly.
You know, you got to remember everyone got their own path and shit.
Very true.
You know?
Parts to play too.
You know?
Exactly.
And just having homies that like help those pieces get filled in and just make it to the mountaintop is always beautiful, because it's really hard to have to climb by yourself. Like it's much easier to have that team and those friends that are like, all right, bro, what's up? Like what have you created this week? Or even check on the things that they know that you're working on and be like, hey, bro, I saw this person doing this. Like maybe we can get in there. And like I love friendships like that. And I'm very glad that you guys are another collective of like great creative homies that just get to push each other and just get to celebrate each other. It's not very often that people have these like real friends that get to be like, bro, we can work together and we could just kick it and go get pho. Like we can just do regular like people shit. So I very commend you guys because
yeah, it's definitely not like
real
a Lincoln
homies are
build
hard.
thing every time I'm with Baka. You know, it's like really my brother. Like really been through shit together and stuff. So you know, it's just you gotta. Is it even real if you can't go do that and shit? You know, is that even like real friendship? Like if I can't go just casually go get the pho.
You
with
don't
you.
have to create every day or anything.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
If you don't create anything, you niggas are always kicking it.
Yeah, right.
It's just like y'all are wasting 2 brains.
Yeah.
Wasting potential and shit.
Come on.
It's facts. But that's basically VCR's origin stories. I could go on forever about it, but you know.
That was amazing. I hope the people listening like really dove in and really got to know like that creation because it's fire. It like I was upset we couldn't make it to the Portland one. Like I just as a fan, I was just watching and I was like, this shit is like ingenious. Like from the names to the graphic to the actual collections and what you're getting, it was all amazing. And I was just like, yeah, bro, like that's when I was like, I gotta meet Collin. I was like, I have to meet this human just because like you're in the same state as me and you're inspiring me in a way where I'm just like, all right, I need to like tap in with that frequency just because like you're doing a lot of the shit that like warms my heart and makes me feel like a little kid and like in a way that's just so tangible and just so like we can have a conversation and really get to know each other. So I love what you guys are doing. I really commend what's going on in the space just because like that shit reminds me of being a fucking kid in New York and like seeing like my dad and my uncles just in like vintage wares and like oversized jackets. My dad had like he knew this spot where he would just spoof Marvel covers. So my dad would just wear just like screen printed it's probably DTG. There's hella colors, but DTG like hoodies. He would just like get Champion hoodies, go get them made, and he would just like hand them out to him and his homies. So it's just like having that appreciation of just like just collecting and just nostalgia. And I really commend you guys to like not only teaching a new group of people, but continuing the flag the way it's supposed to be flown. Cause like that shit's amazing.
Yeah, like, it's all, you know, I definitely got to give props to my team of people that helped me with that, you know, Baka, all them. Like, shout out Taku, shout out fucking Kensho, shout out Kyrie, you know, shout out Tyler and shit, shout out Hootie, you know, everyone that really helped me with the Zane, Ollie.
The gang.
Got to give credit where it's due.
Come on, I love that.
Thank you guys.
We shouted out Otaku and we shouted out fucking Kensho, so I have to shout out Wolf.
Shout out to Wolf too.
I have to shout out Banshee. I have to shout out JP.
Come on.
I have to shout out all the Portland slews. Y'all niggas really make shit different.
Come on.
Shout out our Portland slews.
This is amazing. Before I have you two leave us off with a little sauce, I want everybody at home to know a little excerpt from the Kingdom of Trees. We're over here with the grooviest. It's episode 51. We've been going real strong and mighty. The Groovy Tapes has been an experience like no other. If you're at home and you continue to watch us, we want you to know that we love you and thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I want to take this time to thank Collin and Solana for going as hard as they do for the Groovy Tapes and what we do out here, because the work does not go unnoticed, and we've been going crazy. Thank you, Washington at home, for listening to us on a weekly basis. We truly appreciate you guys because being able to sit here in this room and talk with one another and get to know people and the creatives out here and give this platform, I'm fucking blessed. So if you didn't know, by episode 51, surround yourself with a good ass fucking team, because I don't know what else y'all been listening to, but we tell you every week to go get yourself a good fucking team and surround yourself with real ones and real family and people who care about you. And Before I let us go, KWJT, Baka, Collin, do you have anything you want to put our viewers on with?
Slucured Tapes? Yeah. Well, we brought our first release to you guys to check out on camera.
Colin's wearing one right now.
Oh.
Slucured Tapes. Shout out to Ant. I'll let Baka explain the meaning behind it.
Oh yeah, big shout out Ant. That's a big homie. We call him Slucured because everything like we do, he be out there and like he's always like, y'all good? They're like, yeah. He's like, just let me know if y'all ain't good.
Do I open?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Do I open?
Yeah.
Unbox?
That's what it's for. It's
Oh my
unboxing
goodness.
right now.
Unboxing?
Unboxing names.
Be quiet.
Can you hear it? Literally our first thing
We got the
ever
new
done.
Slucured.
Come on.
Ooh.
Yeah, pull it out, bro. It's all good.
Ooh. Ooh.
The Otaku Teal. Slutaku Teal.
Slutaku Teal.
This is a fucking amazing.
Fibs.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Hand painted covers.
Yeah, those are all
Talk
painted.
to me, Baka.
painted by
Please
Baka and
continue. Break down real quick.
First, I just want to talk about the packaging before I even talk about the top.
Ooh.
Because I want to say a lot of brands don't really give you an experience when they sell you something.
Come on.
And I know we're selling like almost simple items, but we still try to incorporate an experience in the shit we do. That way you don't think you're just buying something just super regular. We both love Harmony Kareem, and he did this thing called Trash Humpers.
Ooh.
There's only 300 of them, and they're all customized VHSs. So like that's the inspiration for why we chose to use the VHS covers. We're both big, tape heads and shit.
Yeah.
We like, and like he was saying earlier, we're doing other things that aren't just clothes with colors and shit. We kind of wanted to show that with our packaging too. Like,
Or our first thing, let people know we aren't a one-trick pony. And
Come on.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, that's kind of like just for the packaging. Just want to throw it out.
This shit is amazing.
But yeah, the top, Collin's the true inspiration behind the Slucured top. They're definitely named after Slucured Ant.
Yeah.
But Collin's the one who was like, yo, we need to do white beaters.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so fucking simple.
yeah, and
That
it's like, where
makes
can you
all
go get the pink
sense.
wife beater at?
Nowhere.
Is that the pea purple you got
That's
on?
the pea purple.
Nowhere. Nowhere.
Boys,
All right. I don't mean to cut you off. I know this was exclusive Slucured talk. We do only got one camera operating, so I'm going to just go ahead and take us out of here. You've been grooving with the South. This is KWJT.
Listen to fucking Groovy Tapes. Don't
Go
sleep on these
follow,
niggas.
We got
like and
Collin.
subscribe to Groovy Tapes.
Come on.
Baka, you already know the energy. Solana and
Statistic.
Corey. Hey.
40% of listeners don't follow. Go tap in.
Come on.
Yeah.